The Fall Force update is out now, so here's everything that's in it as quick as possible. Let's start with creative, and we actually have a lot of new additions. The most important change, the Skybox Selector. You can now change the background of your map to futuristic, medieval and even the Halloween theme in addition to original and digital. We didn't actually get new themes, so you can still only use original and digital obstacles, but you can use the backgrounds of the themes that I mentioned. Now, onto the obstacles. The first obstacle we got are the speed arches. Beams that go through them build up speed, and the interesting thing with these is that you can place as many as you want right next to each other. Mediatonic didn't set a cap to the max speed you can gain from them, so you can go insanely fast if you go through as many as possible. You can change the speed you get from them and also the duration of the speed effect as well. Next, we got the beam barriers, aka the Forcefields. These can act as a wall or a bridge depending on the orientation, similar to the doors and bridges in Skyline Stumble. Something huge that we got in creative is buttons and pressure plates. Buttons can be pressed to activate items in the level, while pressure plates need to be held down. Both can activate fans, conveyor belts, beam barriers and more. To use them, you simply select the button and then you link it with the item you want it to work with. It's pretty simple and useful. The last obstacles we got are the carriable punching gloves. You can carry them to punch other beans and it can be really useful. You can for example use it to hit another bean onto a button that's far away. All of these new obstacles are amazing, especially if you like building co-op maps. And if you like building co-op maps, these new changes will make your life so much easier. Now, when you want to publish a map, you don't actually have to complete it at all. You can select skip test, which will publish it for you. Your level will have a tag saying not tested, but all you need to do is go to customs whenever you want and just qualify once there and it will go away. Pretty useful, because if your round requires 2 or more people to qualify, you can now get them in a custom and actually qualify. Even if you decide that you don't want to qualify though, it doesn't impact your level in any way at all and people can still play it. It just won't be able to be featured in the show selector or in the discovery as a featured map by Mediatonic. Oh yeah, and before I forget, the bounce boards also got a redesign for digital theme and we now have a circular platform. Lastly, we have way more color options for floors and walls. I have no idea why these weren't already in the game, but hey, now we have them. Now let's talk about the new and unvaulted rounds. To showcase the new obstacles, we already have 2 new rounds in the show selector, Remote Control and Cubic Conundrum, with 2 others coming next week, Breezy Buddies and Chain Reaction. They are all pretty fun if you can play them with friends, but I wouldn't suggest playing them with randoms unless you want to start questioning yourself how a person can function with 3 brain cells. Now let's talk Unvaulted Rounds. We have 5 of them and these are Button Busters, Samfruit, Tiptoe Finale, Puzzle Path and Penguin Pool Party. However, we don't actually have them yet. They'll be unvaulted next week when Fame Pass 5 arrives on October 3rd. And let's actually talk about that Fame Pass 5. It's called the Trick or Hit Fame Pass and it contains a lot of spooky costumes which you can see here. We only really know about the costumes coming, but we're also gonna have emotes, faces and free wearables of course. It's gonna cost 600 showbucks and it will give you 800 in return if you actually make it up to tier 40. The last thing we got in this update is the leak of paint, or the menu and UI redesign. We have a new key art which you can see here, and in my opinion it looks amazing. Also, the menu background is now blue and actually plays the OG Season 1 Everybody Falls music, which is so nostalgic for someone like me who started playing in Legacy Season 1. The icons are also different in the menus, and their Twitter account is now just called Fall Guys, so this update was actually the end for seasons. Honestly, if the end of seasons means that we're actually gonna be getting monthly updates that are as huge as this, then I don't mind it at all and honestly I prefer it. You could really tell when playing Fall Guys that Mediatonic just didn't have the capability of multitasking. So because they were so focused on getting new seasons out on time, which they still fail to do like every time, they didn't have the time to do proper updates in between, which just led to the game feeling dry without content for months. Now that there's no seasons however, and instead updates which kind of act like seasons, they can just focus on those ones and give us way more content than ever before. What do you think about the Fall Force update? Do you like it? If there's anything that I forgot to mention, then feel free to leave a comment and also subscribe to always know about the new videos as soon as they are uploaded. I'll see you in the next one.